Hello and welcome to Mollie's Motif. This is Emily and today I am going to show you the card that I've put together for the challenge that has started over at Cut It Up. And the theme, we want you to create a wedding card, but specifically we want you to put wedding bells on your cards or projects. And so the cartridge I'm using is Sweethearts, and I absolutely love this cartridge. It's perfect for Valentine's and for wedding cards. Just some really fun, cute images on this cartridge. And the wedding bells are found on page 56, and I absolutely love this cut. That bow is just 100% my style. I absolutely love the kind of the swirl to that bow. So here is my cut. I cut this at 2 inches, so it's a little bit smaller, but you know, it's easy to put together. So you just do your base cut, and that will give you the color that you want the inside of the bell to be. So I did kind of a hot pink for that. And then the layer is what you want your bow to show and what you want the top of your bell to be. And so I cut this layer cut 2 times, one out of some pink pattern paper and then once out of some glitter, pink glitter paper. So I don't know if you can kind of see if the camera can pick up on the glitter there, kind of like that. So that is just how that cut came together for me. Super easy. And then I just freehanded just some little circles to put on the inside of the bell because they don't really have a cut for that. So I just did that out of the same pink glitter paper. But I really like how that turned out. So that is the cut that's going to be on my card. And then as far as my layout, I am following the sketch from Mojo Monday. I can get that in the camera. There we go. This is the sketch that I will be following. I think it's super fun. It's kind of different. I've not done one like this before, so that's what I wanted to use for this card. As far as my papers go, all of my pattern paper is coming from this Lost and Found. It's my Mind's Eye Lost and Found Madison Avenue paper pack. This was a 6x6. This is one of the very first paper packs that I picked up, and so there's really hardly anything left in there. But then there's also, I'm using some of this paper. It was a 12 by 12 sheet that I picked up. It's the same Lost and Found Madison Avenue, but it complements that paper pack perfectly. And so I've used some of this as well. But that was not in the paper pad. It was just a free 12 by 12 open stock. So that's the paper I'm using. Okay, so I'll just show you how this card, how I'm going to be putting it together. So I'm just starting off with just standard base white cardstock, and it's going to be landscape. And then my base mat, I've cut just some chocolate brown, dark chocolate brown, and that'll go down first. And then here's some of the paper from that paper pack, and it's just some sheet music, which I love. I love the paper that's like the sheet music. I think it's just so fun and pretty. So anyway, that will go down there. And then my next mat is just going to be a strip that I've cut from this brown paper from that pack. And then I took just some skinny strips from some of this pink paper, and I laid it down on the angle of what I wanted and glued it down onto the paper, and then I flipped it over and then cut off the excess so that it would be flush. I hope that makes sense, but that's how I got these 2 angled pieces, is I just took those strips, laid them down, you know, glued them on there, and then cut off with the scissors the excess. So that is how that mat is going. And then here is the circle from that open stock paper, and I've cut this circle from George at 2.5 inches with a shadow, and that's gonna be placed like that, something like that. And I'll decide if I may pop that up on some foam tape. I probably will. I'll figure all of the dimension out when I'm putting it together, but this is just kind of how it's going. And then my wedding bells are going to be in that circle. Again, probably popped up on some foam tape. And then my sentiment, here's my sentiment mat. And again, this is just following that sketch from Mojo Monday. It'll be like this, something like this. So I've just freehanded a little flag there, a little banner. And then my sentiment, it's now and forever. And I will just stamp that right on there. And that sentiment comes from the Craft and Desert Divas Simply Said stamp set, and I love this stamp set. It's got such a great variety of different sentiments for general occasions, but specifically for a wedding card, you've got congrats, you have these X's and they're, instead of X's and O's, they're X's and hearts, which is, I love. There's love always, always and forever, the now and forever that I'm going to be using. Even for Valentine's, there's I love you, and I think on here there's I heart you, and I think there's even love you more. Yep, right here, love you more. So it's a great set for weddings or Valentine's, along with so many other sentiments on there for other occasions. So I really like that one. And that's how my card, that's just kind of how my card is going to go. So I will go ahead and work on this. I'll get this put together. I'll figure out the inside, and I'll come back and show you how it all turned out. Okay, so I've got the card all put together, and just how I adhered it. My base mat and this decorative mat here are flush on the card. My circle is popped up on some foam tape, and then I did pop up my little banner just on this side with foam tape, and then I glued it with my ATG down on this side. So hopefully that makes sense. And then my bells are also popped up on some foam tape just for some added dimension. And I think it just turned out really pretty. And then I didn't mention these little rhinestones, these pale pink rhinestones. I did pick these up from Joann's, and they just came in a little set with some other pastel colors, really pretty. So that is the front of the card, and then the inside, just really simple. I just took some more of that open stock paper and made a strip with a brown shadow and just tacked that down. And then I stamped "Congratulations on Your Wedding" on the inside, and that stamp comes from Cards TV, the Congratulations stamp set. And I do love this stamp set as well. They have congratulations for pretty much any occasion, so this is a great one to have in your collection. And then both of my sentiments I stamped with Memento Rich Cocoa ink. I'm so sad. My color box chestnut ink, I'd had it for 3 years, and it was just getting really faded. So I have switched over to the Memento, and I do like how this is stamping. So hopefully that will last me for a few more years. But that is how my card has turned out. I'm really excited with how it came together, and I hope that you will join us over at Cut It Up for the challenge that is starting today, all about wedding bells, just to see your cards and projects that have to do with using wedding bells on as your cut. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. I'd appreciate any comments or feedback that you'd have for me. You can always check out my blog. It's mollymugsblog.blogspot.com, and we will catch you next time.